All right, today we're diving into something really fascinating, the experience of Ramadan in France. We're talking about a month of deep faith and community, but one that's celebrated right in the heart of a staunchly secular nation. So, how do those two powerful forces even coexist? Let's find out.
Okay, let's just kick things off with a number that might actually surprise you. 6 to 9 million. Any guesses what that represents? Well, that's the estimated number of Muslims who call France home. We're talking about up to 13% of the entire population, making it one of the largest and most established Muslim communities anywhere in Europe.
And that sheer scale really brings us to the core question we're tackling here. What is it really like to observe the holy month of Ramadan in a country that's built on this principle of strict secularism?
To even begin to answer that, we first need to understand the community itself. Who are the Muslims of France? Where do their stories come from? Let's set the scene. Right off the bat, you need to know that the French Muslim community is anything but a monolith. It's been shaped in a huge way by post-colonial history, so it's this rich tapestry of cultures with major roots in North and Sub-Saharan Africa and also Turkey. And this diversity is absolutely key, because the traditions from each one of those regions really influence how Ramadan is celebrated all across the country. Okay, so let's shift our focus now from the broad community to the inner world of the individual. Long before the fasting even begins, there's this whole period of deep spiritual preparation that gets underway. This preparation starts weeks before the first day of fasting. You have communities coordinating to figure out the exact start date, mosques are delivering special sermons, and people just naturally deepen their focus on prayer and scripture. It's really a period of collective spiritual attunement, kind of like a quiet ramping up for the month ahead. And then, once Ramadan actually begins, a whole new daily rhythm takes over. And it's all centered on that core experience of fasting and family. Now, this daily fast, it requires some incredible endurance. So take a guess. Just how long do you think a typical day of fasting actually lasts in France? Yeah, we're talking about 16 to 18 hours. Because France is so far north, the daylight hours can be incredibly long, which makes the fast from sunrise to sunset a pretty significant physical and spiritual challenge. So that very long day is bookended by two really crucial meals. You've got Iftar, the evening meal that breaks the fast, which is this big festive affair with rich traditional dishes. And then, in contrast, you have Suhoor, the pre-dawn meal. That one's lighter, really focused on providing sustained energy. And in these meals, you can literally taste the blend of North African heritage and local French culinary influences. But Ramadan is so much more than just personal devotion. It's also a time when the social fabric of the community is made so much stronger through all these acts of solidarity and charity. This spirit of giving creates this really powerful flow of social good. It starts simple, exchanging greetings and sweets. Then it expands to sharing food with neighbors, and it grows into these huge communal meals hosted by mosques. It all builds up to these amazing charitable activities that support people in need, no matter what their faith is. And that spirit of outreach, it goes even further. Many communities actually organize what they call peace iftars, where they invite people from different faiths and all parts of French society to come and share a meal. It's just a really powerful way to build bridges and help everyone understand each other a little better. Of course, all of this is happening within France's very unique national framework. And that brings us right back to that central tension we talked about, the dynamic interplay between this deep-rooted faith and a really committed secular state. So to really understand this whole context, we have to grasp a core and honestly often debated French concept, laïcité. This is the constitutional principle of secularism, and it enforces a strict separation between religion and the state. That includes public institutions like schools and government offices. So what does laïcité mean in practice? Well, in public schools and government workplaces, there are no official accommodations for religious practices. This means Muslims have to personally figure out how to navigate their fasting and prayer schedules around their work or school commitments. And as you can imagine, that reality fuels a constant public debate in France about the role and the visibility of religion. When you step back and look at it, observing Ramadan in France is this remarkable testament to a dynamic interplay. It's a month where deep faith, incredibly diverse cultural identity, and the realities of modern secular life all have to intersect. And this uniquely French story, it leaves us with a much bigger question, one that's really relevant to all of us in our interconnected world. In any society, how do we balance our cherished traditions with the structures of modern life? The answer is never simple, but the question is always worth asking.